Last year, I made a video focusing on the iPhone 6 Plus and what apps I had on it, and how I made it perfect for my needs, but this year I want to do something a little bit different. There have been so many awesome devices that it's just been incredibly hard for me just to use one as a primary phone. So I decided to get a second line and designate one for my business and one for my work line. This way I have two open lines and I can enjoy two of my favorite phones at once. This is why you see a little part 1 in the video title, because I'm going to cover what both of my daily drivers are. Let's start with my personal phone, or the phone that I use to talk to family, friends, acquaintances, and people outside of my professional realm. Currently, I'm using the iPhone 6s Plus. The reason why is pretty much battery life. It lasts me an easy 2 days with medium to heavy usage, and I don't have to fool with it much. Thanks to Apple's tight grip on iOS, it pretty much stays running the same as day one, as long as they don't push out a screwy update. So on my phone, I'm rocking a low-high case from Amazon. Truthfully, I've never heard of such until I was looking for a super thin hardstyle case that wouldn't interfere with my screen protector. It's a perforated design on the back, allowing for airflow to reduce heat from heavy use. And the cutouts for the buttons and bottom ports are pretty precise and wide enough for third-party support. And it comes in a few different colors, and best of all, it's only $8. The screen protector I'm currently using is another brand I really have never heard of, and it's called the IntelliArmor IntelliGlass Pro. It's an excellent piece of glass that covers edge to edge of your iPhone 6s Plus or your iPhone 6s. The cutouts for the sensors at the top are very precise, and it doesn't interfere with Force Touch whatsoever. The oleophobic coating built onto the screen protector is one of the best I have used on one to date, and clarity is top notch. And best of all, it's only $13 from their website, and for a limited time, you can actually get one for free after you purchase one as long as you leave a review. They include all the details on this inside the box. So now on to the apps. Unlike last year, my iPhone 6s Plus is not jailbroken. I just really haven't felt the need, I suppose. I use Camera Plus for my primary camera app just for the added manual controls and editing tweaks. Moving on, I keep a QR code reader on just about every phone for paying bills and other things. It just makes things a little bit easier. Nothing fancy, just something simple. For music, I used to be a huge fan of Rhapsody, and just a few days ago, I got into a pissing contest on Twitter about which one was the best. Well, now I use Spotify. Shut up, Kevin. Rhapsody has been my number one for quite a bit of time because of its large selection, but lately my Bluetooth connection with my car is just ass. Since switching to Spotify, everything has worked perfect and it's very fluid, and the selection is pretty much just as big as Rhapsody. I gotta admit, I was wrong. LastPass is a great password manager, as well as storing credit card information and things that you want auto-filled when you're on your desktop or browsing through like Safari on your iPad or something. I've had it since day one. Ever since I got into the smartphone game, I've had LastPass, and it's just been great to me. Moving on down the line, of course, I gotta have my Google apps, being that my secondary phone is an Android device, so I use Google Photos for keeping everything in sync, I use Google Drive for keeping my documents in sync, and then I use the Google Search app. Now I know that iPhones and iOS devices period come with iCloud, but it's a measly 5 gigabytes, where I have 300 gigabytes of storage on my Google Drive plus 200 on standby that I just can't use yet. The Google Search app is just for Google Now updates, since I tend to use it for reminders on my secondary device that are work related, and that way I can keep up to date on both ends with both phones. I use Feedly for catching up on stories, and a lot of the information that I gather for devices like updates on releases or new camera gear coming out, I actually get from Feedly. It's a great source for getting new information pretty quickly. I have OnStar on my phone, and that's for controlling my car, and then comes my other controlling apps, such as Withings. It's a monitor for my office. It's pretty much like a security camera. I did a review on it. If you guys want to check that out, you can find a card at the top here. Just go ahead and click on it, but needless to say, it's really awesome. Next to that is the SleepAce app, and again, I did a review on the sleep tracker from SleepAce, and it's really awesome. Again, you can see the card at the top if you want to check that out, and it's really helped me out a ton with changing my sleep habits and so on and so forth. I use the Sony Play Memories app for controlling all three of my cameras, the RX100 Mark IV, the A7R II, and the A7S II, not necessarily for controlling it while I'm in front of the camera, more for transferring photos if I need them right away. PicStitch is another photo editor app. You can't take photos with it, but it allows you to, create a collage of photos. It's pretty much self-explanatory. I order a ton of stuff, and to track my packages, I use Deliveries, and that's because it has a desktop app for OS X, and everything just syncs flawlessly. And speaking of shopping, PayPal, eBay, Amazon, B&H, Best Buy, Craigslist, Apple Store, and Groupon are all my shopping needs or habits or apps that get me in trouble with my wife for spending too much money. All Modern is another shopping app offering some really dope and unique office furniture and knickknacks. It's kind of like IKEA, but it's a little bit more exclusive and a little bit more unique. You guys should definitely check it out if you're looking to upgrade some odds and ends in your office or even your home. Since the Surface Pro 4 walked into my home, I have been in love with that thing and really have not put it down. I use it for all of my note taking, whether at work or sitting at home jotting down a script for YouTube when I occasionally write scripts. And it's just been great, and my experience has been awesome, and there's a review coming soon. But with that being said, I use the OneNote app to keep everything in sync all across the board with all my computers and all my tablets and phones. I do have the Starbucks app on here, but I might as well delete it because I really haven't been in like a freaking decade. I have my wife usually bring it home for me since she works near one. Yelp is cool for finding things near you and getting directions. That's pretty much it. I use it occasionally. Lastly, I have 2 games. I'm not a huge mobile gamer, however these games are just very reminiscent to me, and that's the Alien vs Predator Evolution game, the one that you guys have seen me playing on Android devices, and then Final Fantasy VII. Alien vs Predator just takes me back to the original Alien and Predator movies and the first game for the original PlayStation. I love those games a lot, and I just have a lot of thoughts and memories playing those games as a child by playing this. Final Fantasy VII needs no explanation because if you're into tech, chances are you're into video games and you know what Final Fantasy VII is all about. It's probably one of the dopest games ever made, and I love the fact that I can play it on my phone or my iPad. The last page on my iPhone contains a folder that I never want to see, and that's my Crapple folder. And that's pretty much all the BS apps that Apple loads on here, such as the Compass and the Stocks app, things that I'll never use. I mean, you guys might use them, but for me, it's just Crapple. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep watching for part 2, which will be coming up soon. I do have a few videos planned before that one, so just bear with me and give me time. With that being said, make sure you guys sub, like, shower, bathe, wash, follow, and be easy. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one.